Good afternoon, students. In the last lecture, we have been discussing about the traffic flow parameters and we have discussed the speed and different kinds of speed. Today's lecture, I am going to discuss about the other two parameters. First one is flow. Flow is nothing but the volume. Okay, and it is defined as the number of vehicles that pass a point on a highway or a given lane or direction of a highway during a specified time interval. That is, it is nothing but number of vehicles per time interval. Okay, and the measurement is carried out by counting the number of vehicles, that is n, passing a particular point in one lane in a defined period t. So the flow can be expressed as vehicles per hour and it is given by the equation, that is flow q is equal to n by t, where n is the number of vehicles, t is the time period. Okay, so flow is the ratio between number of vehicles and the time period. And this flow or volume is generally measured using different methods like manual counting, detector or sensor counting, moving car observer method, etc. Okay, and this volume study mainly used to establish the importance of a particular route with respect to the other route. That is, if a route is having more flow or more volume, that will be having more important than the other route. Okay, like that we can establish the importance of particular road during this using this volume study. Okay, and also for establishing the distribution of traffic on lane and the fluctuation in flow. For all these for all this data, we are using the volume study data. Okay, then using these all parameters, we can design the highway and related facilities. So this volume is treated as the most important of all the parameters of traffic stream because it is used for highway design and related facilities and also traffic studies, etc. So volume is one of the most important parameter of traffic stream. Okay. The next parameter is density. Okay, density or concentration is defined as the number of vehicles occupying a given length of highway or lane at a given instant of time, and is generally expressed as vehicle per kilometer. Density is vehicle per kilometer and flow is or volume is vehicle per time. Density, here density is measuring per unit length of road. Okay, so its unit is vehicle per kilometer. And if the number of vehicle on one lane of a road of length x at any point of time is n, then density is equal to n by x. N is the number of vehicle, x is the length of road that we are considering. Okay, so density is noted by the parameter k, and k is equal to n divided by x. X is the length of road, so its unit is vehicle per kilometer. And the density directly measures the traffic demand. Okay, and also it affects the freedom of maneuver. That is, by using this density study, we can determine the freedom of maneuver and comfortable driving. That is, if density is less, we can have a comfort driving, and if density is more, the driving comfort will be less. Like that, we can indicate the traffic demand also using this density. Next, we can look the fundamental relation of traffic flow. That is, we have studied flow, density, and speed, and there is a relationship between these three parameters. And the equation, fundamental equation of traffic flow is Q is equal to K into V, where Q is flow of traffic or volume, then K is density, V is speed. But note that this v in this equation is referred as space mean speed. Okay, we have studied space mean speed and time mean speed. That is, space mean speed means average mean of the speeds for a particular duration. Okay, and it is a harmonic sum of the average speeds. This I will show that slide. That is space, this is the space mean speed, is harmonic mean of the sport speed. That is, space mean speed is equal to n divided by sigma is equal to n 1 by va. This space mean speed is referred in this equation. And is here, this v is space mean speed. This is the fundamental relation of traffic flow. That is, flow is equal to density into speed. Next topic is fundamental diagrams of traffic flow. This is one of the important topic. That is, we have studied the different traffic parameters, that is speed, density, and velocity. And there will be a relationship between these three parameters. That is the relation between flow and density, relation between density and speed, relation between speed and flow. and these can be represented with the help of some curves. That is, this relationship between these parameters can be represented with the help of some curves, and they are referred as fundamental diagrams of traffic flow. Okay, so the main type of fundamental diagrams of traffic flow are flow density curve, speed density diagram, speed flow relation, and combined diagrams. These four diagrams are the fundamental diagrams of traffic flow. So first we can discuss flow density curve. Okay, the flow and density vary with time and location. Okay, and the relation between the density and the corresponding flow on a given stretch of road is referred to as one of the fundamental diagram of traffic flow. And this diagram is the one of the fundamental diagram of traffic flow, that is the relation between flow and density. Before going to this relationship, there are some characteristics of ideal flow density relationship. They are: first one, when the density is zero, flow will also be zero. Okay, that is, when density is zero, there will not be any vehicle on the road. Okay, at that situation, density becomes zero. So when there is no vehicle, flow will also be zero. Okay, that is the first relationship. When density is zero, flow will also be zero, since there is no vehicle on the road. Second one, when the number of vehicle gradually increases, density increases. Okay, like when density increases, flow also increases. That is the second relationship. Third one, when more and more vehicles are added, what will happen? When number of vehicle increases, it reaches a situation where vehicle cannot move. Okay, that is known as jam density or maximum density. That is, when the number of vehicle increases beyond the maximum limit, the vehicle cannot move. There will be jam situation, and that density is known as jam density. Okay, when number of vehicle increases, there will be traffic jam. So at that time, what will happen? The vehicle cannot move. So the flow will be zero, because vehicles are not able to move, because number of vehicles is very high. There is traffic jam. So at that situation, density will be maximum and flow will be zero. Okay, clear? That is, that density is known as jam density or maximum density. At jam density, the flow will be zero because the vehicle are not moving. The last point, there will be some density between zero density and jam density when the flow is maximum. Okay, between the zero density, that is vehicle is zero initial condition, and also jam density. Okay, there will be some density between zero and jam density when flow is maximum. Okay, at jam density, this flow will be zero. So the relationship is normally represented by a parabolic curve as shown in the figure. So this is the relationship of flow density curve. This flow density curve, that is, flow is on y-axis, density on x-axis. Okay. And in the first point O refers to the case with zero density and zero flow. Firstly, I will explain this figure. That is, at the point O, what is the situation? Density is zero and flow is also zero. There is no vehicle. Density and flow both are zero. And when vehicles number of vehicle increases, density increases and flow is also increases, and it reaches a maximum value. That is, at point B, this Q is maximum. Okay, what is Q? Flow is maximum, and this density also, it will be a maximum value, not jam density, in between value. Okay, jam density is the maximum. This is the density curve and it is the maximum density, and this middle of one, when flow is maximum, that is maximum flow Q max, this is the density, that is K max. Okay, and when this number of vehicle again increases beyond this maximum point, the flow will decreases. Okay, so flow will decreases, and when this density reaches the jam density or maximum number of vehicle, density becomes jam density. At that situation, flow will be zero. Okay, so this reaches in the origin itself at point O. So at jam density, the flow will be zero. So the variation is parabolic curve. That is, at point O refers to as the case with zero density and zero flow. The point B refers to the maximum flow and corresponding density is K max. Okay, and the point C is the jam density and corresponding flow is zero. So here it is C. So these 3 points I have explained. That is, at O, flow is zero and density both are zero, and at B, Q is maximum, that is, flow is maximum and corresponding density is K max, and at point C, K is jam density. okay, maximum density, and at that point the flow is 0. Next, there is tangent. We can draw a tangent, that is OA is the tangent drawn to the parabola at O, and the slope of the line OA gives the mean free flow speed, that is speed with which a vehicle can travel when there is no flow. That is, if we are drawing a tangent, if we are drawing a tangent at this point O, we can calculate the speed, that is by calculating the slope of the tangent. Okay, that is, we know the equation Q is equal to K into V. Therefore, V is equal to Q by K. That is, velocity is equal to Q by K. So, at any line, if we are calculating the slope, that will give the speed, because speed is equal to Q by K according to the relationship we have explained earlier. This Q is equal to K into V. So, velocity is equal to Q by K. That is, by calculating the slope of the tangent drawn at any point, we can calculate the mean speed. Okay, so if I am plotting a tangent at point O, its slope will give the speed. Okay, because and also at point O there is no flow. This means speed when flow is 0. Likewise, can also be noted that at point D and E correspond to same flow but has two different density. Also, we can draw uh, slope at line OD and also OE. Okay, we'll figure. That is D and E. There are 2 points D and E. Okay, and these 2 points will be having same flow. The flow is same for these 2 points, but the density is different. For D point, density is K1, and E point it is K2, and this K2 will be greater than K1. It's clear because density increasing. Okay, so at point E, density is more than that at point D, but at both these both these points the flow is same. Okay, and also if we are drawing a tangent, that is OD line, the slope of OD line gives the velocity at the point for the point D, and also if we are drawing a tangent, that is OD, we are drawing a tangent OD and its slope gives the mean speed at point E. Okay, so it is clear that this velocity, that is the slope or the slope for this line OD will be more than that of the slope for OE, because it is more slanting. Okay, here this slope angle is less for line OE. This, if you are drawing a line from O to E, that slope will be less than that of the slope OD. Okay, that is, this OD will be the velocity of the point D will be more than the velocity for the point E, because the density is low at D than that of E. When density low, a vehicle can move at higher velocity. Okay, so at D velocity will be more than that at E. Is also clear from the tangent, and also from density. That is, when density becomes low, the velocity will be high because vehicles can move at higher speed. So at D, velocity will be lower than at point E. Further, slope of the line OD gives the mean speed at density K1, and slope of the line OE will give mean speed at density K2. Clearly, the speed at density K1 will be higher since there are less number of vehicles on the road. At K1 velocity will be high because there is density is low. That is, number of vehicles is low. So velocity is high. Okay. This is the flow density curve, the variation of flow with respect to density and the behavior of velocity at different points. Okay. So by this I am winding up today's lecture. You should read these topics again. I have shared one PDF file in this topic. Okay, in module 6. I have shared in before 2 days. Okay, so you just read that PDF. In that PDF, these portions are explained. So read that PDF also. Finally, I will share this slide also. Okay, thank you.